Welcome to Fangirl Diaries. This is your fangirl host with the most, Danny, and let's get into today's entry. So I am going to start with this tweet that I just saw, whatever you want to call it. I just think this is very apparent to like all of the artists out there who are starting out their journey or in the middle of their journey, not sure if they want or thinking about giving up because they're getting to a point where maybe they're at the age where they feel like they can't do it. So here we go. I've been making music for over a decade now. I've been dropped by labels, management, agents. I've taken every bit of rejection on the chain and kept it pushing. Please let this be a reminder that you really never know where life will take you. Keep going, dream big, stay vibrant. This is from our Zoe singing voice from K-Pop Demon Hunters, Miss Ray Amy, who, funny enough, before we got here to record today, she had recorded a video of herself getting PR merch from Hot Pockets. She's having a time of her life, let me tell you. I don't know if you've seen, she went to Heidi Klum's Halloween party dressed as Zoe. So she's having a great time. Good for her. So I felt like that was a great way to start because we're going to talk about the Grammy nominations. It might be a little bit later by the time you hear this. We're not sure how. This is probably going to drop early. Not early, but in a week or two after. But we're recording this on the day of Grammy nominations. We're recording a lot today. And I have some thoughts and feelings on nominations, how things are going to go past nominations. And I'm not a big fan of the Grammys. Out of the top big 3 awards, there's actually the top 4 big awards because you have your Grammys, your Oscars, your Emmys, and your Tonys. The Grammys is like my least favorite. Wow. The Grammy gods hurt me and like try to kill me. I think it's because unlike the other 3 or that's not true. The Tonys are a separate thing. When it comes to the Grammys, it's kind of harder to predict who's going to win, where it's going to go. The Tonys, you can kind of see it from the forefront if you know musical theater, because certain things are kind of more obvious of what might win and what's going to be the upset. The Emmys are the Emmys. As in the past couple of years, certain things have won that is kind of like whatever. And then when it comes to the Oscars, well, the Oscars are, I feel like, sometimes the most easiest to predict because you have so many awards beforehand that you're kind of like, yeah, we know that's going to win. So also, for some reason, the Grammy seems like the most rigged out of the 4. Maybe that's just me. But it just seems like there's always certain people that always win. There's certain people that should have won that never won. And it's just kind of ridiculous how this all goes. I don't understand how these awards are bought, paid for, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, and every year it gets really weird. This is the first year we're doing this podcast. So maybe we'll do this again next year. So I just had some opinions. So we're going to go through certain categories. We're not going to go through everything because why would we? I have always had fun predicting these in past years. I've sometimes been right. I'm not a music person. And when I say I'm not a music person, I'm not in depth in terms of what music is, in terms of like reviewing melodies, things like that. For me, it's kind of like if I like a song, great. Some of these songs that are nominated, I've never heard of, but I haven't heard, but I know the artist. And I just think this would be fun. And there was obviously a lot going on in the Twitterverse, in terms of certain genres being nominated this time around that in the past kind of have some fandom arguments. And I just wanted to give my 2 cents. So I'm going to go through each category that I have. I'm going to try to read off the list of every name here because there's certain artists that I don't know and I feel like I'm going to say their names wrong. I'm going to say who I think is going to win. Or who I think may get it, not who win. And I'm obviously not going to be 100% right on everything because whoever will be. And then at the end of all this, I am going to talk about some of the stuff that went down. So we're obviously going to start with Record of the Year. Ooh. By the way, I really would love if someone could explain to me, maybe I should Google this, what is the difference between Record of the Year and Album of the Year? Isn't a record basically an album? What is the difference? What is the difference then, Lilia? That makes, wouldn't it just be a single?
No, because not all songs are singles.
Wait, what do you mean? You know what? This is not the time for this. Whatever. And maybe, you know what? Lilia went to school for music. She kind of explained it. So, whatever. I'm dumb. She's calling me stupid. She just gave me the middle finger, guys. She says she hates me. I'm having too much fun with you not being able to defend yourself. All right, let's do Record of the Year. So, I feel like out of all the songs on this list, by the way, I've only heard 3. 4, the 4th one, though, not all the way through. So I will say which one of those 4 when I'm done reading the list. So Record of the Year, This is from, by the way, this we're using ParadeMagazine.com's list. So it's how they organized it. So record of the year, DTMF by Bad Bunny, Man Child by Sabrina Carpenter, Anxiety by Doce, Wildflower by Billie Eilish, Abracadabra, oh my God, by Lady Gaga, Luther, right, by Kendrick Lamar with SZA, The Subway by Chappell Roan, and APT by Rose and Bruno Mars. Featuring and whatever. Here it doesn't say featuring, so I feel like I should have said with. So out of all of these songs, I've heard Man Child, Abracadabra, oh my God, The Subway, and bits and pieces of APT. I've never heard the full song all the way through. I really never heard the song all the way through. Lilia's like shocked, but it's true. I have been the one person who has not been able to. For record of the year, when I look at this list, I have a feeling it's going to go to either Kendrick Lamar, Bad Bunny, or Lady Gaga. Those are like my top three. I would love for Sabrina Carpenter to get this, but it's because I'm wearing a Sabrina Carpenter sweater and I'm a fangirl through and through. I don't know why I feel like Man Child is not going to be it. Out of all the songs from that album, Man Child is not my favorite. I feel like it's slowly become House Tour. Obvious why she wouldn't have submitted that one. I really also don't know how the submissions work. Like if they submit the album and then the Academy picks it, I really would have to know. But looking at that album, I feel like, I don't know, maybe House Tour or Tears would have been it. I guess because Man Child was the title track, right? I wouldn't have, I don't know. It's not my favorite, but I don't see it taking record of the year. I feel like it's going to go to Bad Bunny, Lady Gaga, Kendrick Lamar. I could see Billie Eilish maybe taking it, but I also haven't heard it. And The Subway was not my favorite Chappell Roan song at all. I've never heard Anxiety by Doce, although Lilia has expressed that she does not like that song. And as for APT, I'm going to get more in depth with this later. I don't see it taking record of the year with all of these contenders. I don't see them giving this one to her. So that's kind of my thoughts on that. This is going to be very slow. Like I said, we're just going to go through the categories, go through my opinions on who's going to win, and then we'll talk about the stuff later. Album of the year. Lilia's going to hate me because I don't know how to read this in Spanish. Read the Bad Bunny title for me. I'm serious.
Debí tirar más fotos.
I don't know how to read in Spanish. I know how to speak Spanish, okay? Debí tirar más fotos. Wow. Shut up. Shut up. I swear, I just can't read in Spanish. I'm just never taught. Swag by Justin Bieber. Man's Best Friend by Sabrina Carpenter. Let God Sort 'Em Out by Clips, Pusha T, and Malice. Okay, woo, I got that right. Mayhem by Lady Gaga. GNX by Kendrick Lamar. Mutt by Leon Thomas. Is he the guy from Victorious? Oh my God. Is that Andre? Oh my God, go Andre. How the fuck do you not say this last one? Chromacopia by Tyler, the Creator. Fuck you, Tyler. They're like, huh? It's the K that threw me off. I can't read, guys. I don't know how to read. What is the joke? Hi, what is it? Hi, I'm Tyler. I'm 10 years old and I never learned how to read. It's not Tyler. Thank you, Jared. I'm Tyler. I thought it was Tyler because I'm looking at Tyler's name. Maybe Tyler can. You know who can't read? Leah Michelle. No, she can. Not. Okay. Out of all these albums, I've only heard two. I've only heard Man's Best Friend and Mayhem. And I still feel like it's going to be between Bad Bunny, Kendrick Lamar, Tyler, the Creator? No. Really? I'm not sure. I feel like Lady Gaga is like fourth in that one. And then Sabrina's like fifth. And I'm only saying that because I don't know the people who did Let God Sort 'Em Out. I don't know who that is.
She performed at the Vatican.
Then I really don't care. No, that's not true. I'm a Catholic, but I'm just like, so it's like a gospel type thing?
No.
No? Then what are they?
It's a hip hop duo.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I don't know. They have the word God in it. They perform at the Vatican? Okay, so I don't know whether I would list them because I don't know them. So this is going by my opinion, but I feel like I feel like they'll give Record of the Year to Bad Bunny. This one, I feel like they'll give to Kendrick. What do you think? No? Okay, Lilia, in your musical, who do you think? And I'll tell the people.
Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny? You think Bad Bunny's going to sweep it?
Yeah.
You know what?
Just because of the Super Bowl.
That's true. So he is doing the Super Bowl. Lilia did mention that. So I feel like a lot of people forget that the Grammys also is, much like all these awards, it is a way to advertise yourself. And I could see them giving it to Bad Bunny. Oh my God, isn't the Grammys on CBS?
I think so.
I think the Super Bowl is as well. Or is it on NBC? I don't know. I feel like the Grammy voters will give it to him, though, because it's going to look great, because a lot of these people work in the industry are going to want to have the Super Bowl be like, featuring Grammy Award winner Bad Bunny. Does he not have a Grammy, though? He has one? Oh, something don't matter. But yeah, I do agree they might get, but they never gave it to The Weeknd. They give nothing to The Weeknd. They hate The Weeknd. And Ariana Grande. I don't know why. So, okay, I guess I could see it going to Bad Bunny. He is that, like, the it boy right now. He is a it boy. But I feel like Lady Gaga would be fourth place. Mayhem is, like, her thing. All right, so we're going to move on to Song of the Year. Wait, so what's the difference between record and song? That's the one I was thinking about earlier. Okay, I got confused with record and album because they're back-to-back. Okay, so what's the difference between record and song?
So Song of the Year will go to the singers and the writers, whereas record is more writers and producers.
Can I just say, fucking stupid. That doesn't make any sense. You might as well just do one category and give it to all the people. You got to make as many Grammy Awards anyway. What are you typing?
Let me Google see if I was correct.
If she is wrong, I'm going to kill her. Are you right?
Close, yeah.
Okay.
So this award goes to the performer and production team of the song, whereas Song of the Year goes only to the composer. So I had it backwards.
Okay, so record goes to performer. So just to make it clear, record goes to performers, producers. Song goes to
Composers.
just the composers. Okay. Bet. Oh my God, that would be crazy then if Golden won. Because then it would go to Melanie, wouldn't it? Damn. You go, girl. Don't we hate her? Okay, we do hate her. I don't know the army lore. I don't give a shit, to be honest. Okay, let's do Song of the Year before we go on anymore. So Song of the Year. Abracadabra by Lady Gaga. Anxiety, Doce. APT, Rosé, Bruno Mars. DTMF, Bad Bunny. Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters, Huntrix. Luther, Kendrick Lamar with SZA. Manchild, Sabrina Carpenter. And Wildflower, Billie Eilish. I feel like this is the one they're going to give to Gaga. I don't know why. I could see them giving... I feel like they have to give one to Gaga. I don't know. So out of all the songs, all I've heard is Abracadabra, Golden, Manchild, and then bits and pieces of APT. Could Bad Bunny sweep all three? Is this his year? Do Puerto Ricans get the job done this year and sweep all three? Hamilton reference? I don't know. I feel like they'll give it to Gaga. Gaga is that... I mean, I guess I have to see what other category she's nominated in. Maybe... No. I mean... Okay. I'll say it this way. I feel like it's going to go to Bad Bunny or... I'm just looking at this list and I don't see anyone else but Bad Bunny getting it. I don't see it going to Huntrix. I don't see it going to Doce. I don't even see it going to Kendrick. I feel like this is going to be Bad Bunny. And it's like, I could say Gaga, but I'm like, I don't know. Big Bunny is it right now. And that's the problem with these award ceremonies is because I haven't heard that song, and it could be, I could be wrong and I hear it and then be like, oh my God, I got it. And maybe I'll listen to it after this. But I just think maybe it is going to be that song. I don't know how popular it is because I don't listen to Bad Bunny. So he's not in my, like the most I hear about him is when I watch him on SNL or when I see, but that's true though. It's like I see snippets of him. So it's kind of hard for me to adjust on this, but I kind of am looking at these lists of songs. I don't see it going to certain ones. And it just makes sense to me that it would go to Bad Bunny. So, all right. This is going to be the category I have the hardest time announcing the names. So next up, Best New Artist. Olivia Dean. No clue who that is. Cat's Eye. The Marias? Addison Rae. Okay. Somber. Who are these people? Leon Thomas. Come on, Andre. Alex Warren and Lola Young. I feel like I've heard of Lola Young before. Am I crazy? I have no idea. So obviously, I only know like 3 people on this list. And that's Cat's Eye, Addison Rae, and of course, our boy Andre. I love that he's making music. Because this is basically where Andre wanted to be. I'm proud of him. He did it. It's going to go to Cat's Eye. I feel like it's going to go to Cat's Eye. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's just me in my heart of hearts that I love Cat's Eye a lot. You know what it is? Best New Artist is the worst one to predict because it could literally go to anybody. Then it's so unpredictable. It does not matter if it's the most popular person on the list is on there. Because I know last year some people were surprised Chappell Roan got it. Because in the past, there have been certain people on that list who you're like, oh yeah, they're definitely going to get it. And they never won. Because wasn't Nicki Minaj nominated one year and then she lost to Macklemore? Or maybe that's a different category. I can't remember. But my hope in this case, it is Cat's Eye. I have a feeling they will give it to Cat's Eye. It would be great if they did because it's been a while since a girl group has won an award like this. So come on, Cat's Eye. I feel like I do know who Lola Young is. I have to look them up. So moving on. Best Pop Solo Performance. Daisies by Justin Bieber. Man-Child by Sabrina Carpenter. Disease by Lady Gaga. The Subway by Chappell Roan. Messy, Lola Young. It's going to go to Man-Child. Out of all the songs on Mayhem, I feel like Disease was not it. I know why it was nominated because it was the first song released. I have not listened to a song by Justin Bieber since Baby. Okay, and I was surprised he actually released a song. I didn't like The Subway. It was not my favorite out of all the Chappell Roan songs. I feel like they nominated her for a lot of things this year, but I think unless she has another Hot to Go, it has to be another consistent hit like last album. Hot to Go, Pink Pony Club. What was the other one? Was it just those 2? There was others. But I feel like last year she kind of was the it girl. And I feel like this year we haven't heard a lot from her. I think it really was just a Subway. And I think if there were more songs that was more of an album, I could see her getting more of a chance of winning. And I could be completely wrong. I have a feeling though, out of all the songs on here, it might go to Man-Child. I was not a big fan of Disease. And it just... I like Disease. I don't know why I don't see it being it. Maybe I'm wrong. What's your opinion, Lilia? No idea? Okay.
I don't know any of the songs.
Fair. So let's move on. This is the big one. This is the one that got everyone like, this morning. Ready? Here we go. Best Pop Duo Group Performance. Defying Gravity, Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande. Golden from K-Pop Demon Hunters. Huntrix, EJ, Audrey Nuna, and Ray Amy, right? Gabriella, Cat's Eye. APT, Rosé, Bruno Mars. 30 for 30, SZA with Kendrick Lamar. This is going to have a split vote. It's not going to Defying Gravity. I'm so surprised that even got nominated. And I feel like they only nominated that to give Ariana a nomination. Because the fact that Eternal Sunshine was nominated for nothing is ridiculous to me. They snub that girl way too often. It's just the fact that like if you're gonna nominate every year, anytime Taylor and Gaga and I guess now Sabrina, like there's so many people like who are releasing albums who are constantly getting nominated. She should be one of them. She is one of those pop princesses, and I think it's ridiculous that they snub her because she said something mean about the Grammys years ago, and that's what pisses me off. And it's the same situation with The Weeknd, but whatever. They threw her a bone. I don't see them giving this to her. If they did, I would be very surprised because I feel like they did when Rain on Me came out. They gave it to Gaga because Ariana was not because Ariana. It was a hit song. I would say between that one and Dynamite, I was not surprised that Dynamite didn't get it because it's Gaga, and that those two were such to me in a battle of like who was going to get it, and it was not surprising to me that they gave it to Gaga. I have a feeling this is the one they're going to give to Golden. I can't see them not give Golden something. And I think it's going to be this one. The only other thing I can see is either it's going to split the vote and it goes to Gabriella, or Kendrick Lamar gets it. And this is, because I know we're going to talk about this later, it's not that I don't think APT is a strong contender. I just, for some reason, I don't see them throwing Bruno a bone this season, this award ceremony. I feel like if if this had been any other year, if there had been any other pop duo songs, they wouldn't get it. But I feel like with Golden in there, it's too much of a strong contender. And I do feel like people are going to vote for Defying Gravity because of Ariana. But yeah, I don't know. I'm going to keep asking you the music girl, but I want to know what you think is going to win. Golden? Like I said, I think this is the one they give to Golden. I don't see, what's the other ones they were doing? Song of the Year, Record of the Year, I can't remember. I just don't see them giving it. They have to give a big one to them, and it's going to be this. So that's my prediction. It's either going to be Golden or it splits, and they give it to Gabriella. So people are going to be so mad at me for saying that. Okay, next category. Best Pop Vocal Album. Swag by Justin Bieber. Man's Best Friend, Sabrina Carpenter. Something Beautiful, Miley Cyrus. Mayhem, Lady Gaga. I've Tried Everything But Therapy Part 2, Teddy Swims. This is going to Gaga or Sabrina Carpenter. Miley's in third. I don't know why I don't see them giving anything to Justin Bieber. This is the one I think they give to Gaga. I think Gaga has more of a chance of winning that one than the other categories, just because either that or if Sabrina doesn't get one of the other ones, maybe this one. I could see them give Best Solo Performance to Manchild and then Vocal Album to Mayhem, because I think Mayhem was a stronger album against Man's Best Friend, but I think Manchild was a better single than Disease. I think I liked other songs on Mayhem that I did Disease. So, any opinions? No? What?
I think the last song is going to win.
Which one?
Teddy Swims.
Do you? I don't know who that is. Really? Why?
Well, he has a song. I'm trying to find it.
Oh. For those who didn't hear, Lilia thinks I've Tried Everything But Therapy Part 2 by Teddy Swims is going to win. You don't think they'll give it to Sabrina or Lady?
It's really controversial, her album cover, so that might be, I don't know.
Fair but Gaga. What was on Mayhem? So Mayhem had Disease, Abracadabra, Vanish Into You, Zombie Boy, Love Drug, Die With a Smile, Blade of Grass. I feel like it might go to Mayhem. Maybe. I don't know. Then again, we never know. You never know. We could say it's going to go to either of these three, and then Miley Cyrus gets it. It happens. Next is Best Musical Theater Album. This is more for me, because I'm a big theater girly. Buena Vista Social Club, Death Becomes Her, Gypsy, Just in Time, Maybe Happy Ending. It's gonna go to it's either gonna go to Maybe Happy Ending, Buena Vista Social Club, or Death Becomes Her. Gypsy has been revised from Hell to Back. And this is not like, if this was like an individual thing, I could see it because of Audra McDonald, but it was a good revival, but it wasn't like I feel like I'm rambling, and musical theater fans can correct me. I feel like this was more of a monumental moment because it was Audra McDonald playing Mama Rose, but I don't think it hit as well as people thought. Just in Time, I know it's doing really well because of Jonathan Groff. I have not really heard any music, but I feel like most of the time jukebox musicals don't really do it lately. I don't remember when the last time a jukebox musical won, so I really have to check, but I just don't think it's going to go Just in Time. Maybe Happy Ending is the best musical winner, and most of the time it does go to the best musical winner, Tony winner, which is Maybe Happy Ending. And the only reason I'm split because Buena Vista Club really was the show in terms of its music. It's a Latin show. The band on stage was given a special consideration Grammy due to their work. I've been told it's really amazing. I have not seen it yet, but that's why I feel like it's got a high pick. And then when it comes to Death Becomes Her, it has become this monumental hit. You all know it because you all have heard it on TikTok. So one that goes, now tell me, Ernest, how much have you seen of me cinematically? That one, it's Megan Hilty. There's like a couple other ones. I can't remember what the other one is. But that is like, it's become a hit, especially on TikTok. Everyone has seen it. It's already announced their next casting. So I could see that being third runner-up, maybe if the other two split the vote. I just feel like it's definitely going to go to maybe Happy Ending because it is just kind of rare when the not best musical wins, unless it happens to, because Grammy, so this is that one where I have to say, a lot of people were confused as to how, like, in terms of Billie Eilish, her song was from like 2 years ago. How did that get into the nominations for 2016? It's just that the Grammy, what is the word I'm looking for? The start and the cutoff is always at a weird time, which is why a song like APT, which came out last summer, is considered this year, and why something like Die with a Smile is not for this year because it hit the cutoff from last year. The only time musical theater kind of gets a little wonky is one when they add shows from the West End, and then sometimes it's like they did the Bridgerton musical a few years ago because it technically is a musical album, but it really shouldn't have counted in my opinion because a lot of lawsuits, but whatever. Or when like two best musicals happen to release soundtracks within the consistency of like before the cutoff. So in this one, it's kind of more or less these are all from the same season. These were all nominated at the same time. It's more than likely going to go to maybe Happy Ending. Which, funny, I have to say, if maybe Happy Ending wins, and let's say K-pop Demon Hunter, and even Rosé, right? Because that would mean Koreans would sweep a lot. Because for those of you who don't know, maybe Happy Ending is a story from Korea. It's set in Korea. While, yes, it's Darren Criss, and I, for the life of me, can't remember the girl's name. I'm sorry. It is an original story from Korea. It's just so happened. So I just think that would be crazy. This is a really Korea-heavy season. Too bad a certain group wasn't included in some way, but that's not here nor there. Moving on, though. Best Compilation Soundtrack for Visual Media. A Complete Unknown, Timothée Chalamet. Huh? F1 the album, various artists. K-pop Demon Hunters, various artists. Sinners, various artists. Wicked, various artists. So I don't know how the award is given out to this. I have a feeling, and we're not going to look it up because there's just no point. I don't really care to look this one up. I feel like it's going to go to the producers more so than the singers because it is a compilation album. So whoever wins is going to go to the producers of whatever media. I know that Timothée Chalamet one is for the Bob Dylan movie he did, and I think he's the only one that sings in that movie anyway. I think it's Bob Dylan. I think it's going to go to either Sinners or Wicked. This might be the award they give to Wicked. Yeah, this is going to be the one I think they give to Wicked. Because they're not going to, I really don't think they're going to. If they give Defying Gravity Best Pop Duo, I will lose my motherfucking mind. But I have a feeling it's going to split between Sinners and Wicked. I don't think it's going to go to K-pop Demon Hunters. I feel like this is the one. If K-pop Demon Hunters gets anything, it's going to be one of the golden ones that's nominated. I have no idea what. I think F1 is that Brad Pitt movie that came out last year. I don't remember. It's one of those movies that they do that try to get the Oscar bait. So, yeah. I could be completely wrong, but that's only because I really don't know how this category is kind of done in the past. I'd have to check. And I want to point out what's really funny is that I feel like it might go to Sinners because next year, Wicked Part 2 will be able to be nominated for this exact category. And it's two different albums. So, are you looking it up? Can you look up last year's winner? Because that'll probably tell us as much as, like, how they vote. Do, 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 do. We're going to get copyrighted for me doing that, by the way. It's the Jeopardy theme. Please don't sue us, Jeopardy. Are you even still on the air? Who won last year? Are you on Wikipedia? Like, why are you taking forever to scroll? You could have just Googled it.
Barbie.
Oh, Barbie won? Who was it up against?
Oh, this is 2024.
I was going to say, it's been a while.
So, it was Maestro. Music by Leonard.
You're freaking kidding me. That's the Leonard. Leonard Bernstein, he's a famous composer. He wrote West Side Story. Or he wrote the music for West Side Story. That is I think it was Bradley Cooper did the movie. I'm surprised. What was nominated against it? Can you tell me?
The Color Purple.
Uh-huh.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
Seriously?
Saltburn.
Uh-huh.
And Twisters.
I would have given it to Saltburn or Deadpool. Maybe Deadpool because they use it. I didn't see Maestro. the reason why I'm like, seriously, is because I'm surprised that movie got any recognition. That was a movie where they did a press tour. I think it was Bradley Cooper. He was with the children of Leonard Bernstein. I want to point out that man has been dead for years. He cried about missing him. He had never met the man. The man has been dead and his kids were just there, like looking at him, like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I understand getting into character, but you never met the man. Like, I was really, okay. Barbie was the year before. Billie Eilish won the song for Barbie, so maybe K-Pop Demon Hunters has it. Because Billie Eilish won for What Was I Made For? But that was like a song that was kind of out of the sphere. Yes.
So this nomination typically goes to the music supervisor.
That's what I figured.
They're the person who like pick songs. Sometimes it'll be like pop songs, or like songs that you'll hear like throughout the movie.
Yeah.
So like Billie wouldn't have gotten it. I don't think.
No, but I'm saying that because Barbie kind of got wins already. Not saying that Billie would have gotten it. I'm saying because that year Barbie was winning in the top categories because the Billie song was from Barbie, and they had to say it was from Barbie. Maybe K-Pop Demon Hunters also gets it because their songs are also nominated in bigger categories. I don't think Wicked's gonna get it because Wicked's a musical. How do you pick songs for a musical? I guess with the Bob Dylan one is like which Bob Dylan songs you pick, but I don't know. But then again, Maestro is kind of similar to the Bob Dylan one. Maybe it'll go to Sinners. So no, now that we know what we know, I feel like it's gonna go to Sinners or it's gonna go to K-Pop Demon Hunters. I feel like they maybe will give it to Sinners more because they're gonna give K-Pop Demon Hunters more. But then we have the next category, so I could be wrong. So the next category is Best Song Written for Visual Media. As Alive as You Need Me to Be from Tron, what is it, Aries? I hate that movie. I didn't see it. I just hate Jared Leto. By 9 Inch Nails. Golden from K-Pop Demon Hunters, Huntrix. I'd Lied to You from Sinners, Miles Cotton? Okay. Sorry if I said it wrong. Never Too Late from Elton John. Never Too Late. Elton John, Brandy Carlisle. Carlisle? Whatever. Pale Pale Moon from Sinners. Jamae Lawson. Jamae Lawson. Yes? Thanks, Lilia. You're so helpful. Sinners from Sinners. Rod Wave. Okay. I had to listen to the 3 songs from Sinners because there's one very specific one that I feel like is going to be the one that wins. And if this isn't the one they submit for the Oscars, they are fucking ridiculous. So obviously we're not going to play it on the air because copyright. It's I Lied to You. That's the one. So Lily hasn't seen it. Spoilers for Sinners. It's just because you've probably seen it on TikTok. I just need to explain it. It's the scene in the barn where the main character is on the stage playing. They have him sing. And then you see people from like different generations in different cultures dancing around. So it goes present and past. You even get those 2 Asian characters. Their culture plays into it as well. You see someone from like, I think they're Korean. I can't remember if they're Korean or not, but you see someone in traditional clothing dancing around. So I played this for Lilia because she hasn't seen the movie. The DJ scratching scene is because literally in the scene, a DJ appears as a visual to kind of, because the main character is very big on music. He wants to play music. So we go to like him, music can kind of see into the soul, the past, the future. So that was one of those things, like when you watch the movie, I got to see it in theater. I was like, what the, like, it's like the scene in the movie that I'm like, that has to win something. And I have a feeling this is the award because they didn't give Sinners anything big, which is not surprising because it's a movie. And unlike K-Pop Demon Hunters, which they really push the fact that it's K-Pop, I really think it should have gotten more recognition at the Grammys because of how well done the song is, especially in the film. And I think if they were smart, this is the song they need to be making sure is the one that gets nominated, and I think it will win against Golden at the Oscars. This is like Golden's big contender, in my opinion. So I don't think it's going to go to Golden because I feel like they're going to give Golden something else. And there's 3. They're not going to give it to Elton John, and they're not going to give it to 9 Inch Nails because why the fuck would they for a song from a shitty Tron movie that nobody saw? And that's all the categories that I was going to read. I'm not going to do rap. I'm not going to do R&B because I really don't know it. I don't listen to Latin pop. So it's just, those are the ones I really want to touch on. So the reason why we're doing a Grammys episode is because we just did a K-pop Demon Hunters episode because I watched it. And then Lilia and I, and I'm putting you in this conversation because we talked about it a lot. It's happening a lot in these episodes. Lilia is my silent co-host. You'll hear her sometimes. Is that we are big K-pop fans. And obviously, certain people were nominated today that kind of caused an uproar online. And I said this earlier, or maybe I said this in the last episode. I don't remember because we're recording a lot of these together. I'm a multi-fan when it comes to K-pop. I like everything and anything. There are certain groups I like more than others that I will collect photo cards for. I will try to see a lot of groups in concert. Like, even if I don't listen to a lot of songs, I'll try to buy a cheap ticket because I really enjoy just seeing music live when I can. And K-pop is such, I don't want to say such a rarity because a lot of groups have been touring lately, but it can be such a rarity for certain groups to tour. There has been obviously an argument between certain fandoms. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It has been ARMY and Blinks in terms of nominations. I'm going to say this right now. I was not surprised that she got nominated. It was always going to be nominated. I think a small part of me was like, it would be kind of crazy if she didn't get nominated for APT. It was such a big song. Now, is she going to win is another question. I obviously am not part of the voting. She is up against other songs that could split her chances and not get it. I don't agree with the masses that are like, Bruno Mars is a Grammy darling. And they're going to give him one because they do every season. Patterns break, people. I just don't think this is his strongest collab. And there are other songs that they might consider over his. Specifically for, what was it? I have it here. I'm saying, what is it? For record, for song of the year, I think there are other songs that have more of a higher chance. And then when it comes to pop, duo, and group, it is more than likely they'll give it to K-pop Demon Hunters because that has been on the forefront of everyone's mind. It is a big talked about. I just don't see it not getting it. It's out of all the songs, out of all the categories that is nominated in, they're going to want to give it to one that's going to be on air or it splits the vote. And
last year, that category wasn't on air.
Sometimes they don't put it on air. I think, though, this year they might. I have a feeling, though, they might. Because you know why? They might get the girls to sing. Here's the thing with the Grammys that I hate that they do is that they pick and choose every year which categories go in and out. Last year, I think it's because Lady Gaga wasn't around. And that's what happened with Rain on Me. Everyone knew she was going to win because they didn't air it on television and she was off in Italy filming House of Gucci, so she couldn't be there. So I feel like this year, because of who is nominated, I think everyone's going to show up, so they're going to want to air it. I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know if they aired it the year before or if this is when they air it off. I don't know if this is when they suddenly decide to no longer air on TV. I feel like they must have. I know the year Gaga didn't. They didn't show it. Also, the Grammy, they never know who's going to win or not. I have a feeling that they had an idea it was going to be Gaga and they decided not to air it. I don't know. But last year was Die With a Smile that won. I don't think Gaga was there. Gaga didn't go last year. I think Bruno did. I don't know if Bruno did either, though, to be honest with you. I didn't watch the Grammys last year. I feel like Lily's going to have to look it up. I don't think Lady Gaga... No, I watched a bit of it because I know I watched Chappell Roan win a couple times. I also want to point out, if she wins one of these 3 awards, it is not a big deal. She wins for Best Solo. I'm talking to the ARMYs right now. I think we need to stop these fighting wars when it comes to each other. It is getting to be too toxic and not fun. We should not be fighting because, again, we're all supporting Asian artists, and when we're going against each other, it just kind of brings out the ugliness in all of us, only in terms of like race, but in gender, in all sides, and it's kind of getting ridiculous. That also being said, I do think it's kind of ridiculous that Blinks were getting mad that Cat's Eye. Like in general, a lot of people are getting mad. I couldn't just call out Blinks. I'm not just going to call out Blinks. I apologize to the Blinks for just calling them out for this. But a lot of different fandoms were mad that Cat's Eye got Best New Artist and then a song for Best Pop Duo. You guys are really underestimating these girls. It's not about payola. It's not about who they have under the belt. They have been talked about a lot. Is everyone forgetting that a month ago that fucking Gap commercial blew up like crazy? It was everywhere. They were playing it every Gap. Like, you could not escape it. And the fact that it was very much a Mean Girl reference, like, it blew the fuck up. These girls have star power. Stop underestimating them. They are like the next big thing. It is not surprising that they were given Best New Artist on their first year. It would have been fucking crazy not to. And just because they're from a certain company that you feel like shouldn't get it, that's on you. Grow the fuck up. Wake the fuck up. This is how the music industry works. By the way, to push the payola thing, Denzel Washington said it once when he accepted the Golden Globes, I think it was, or during an appearance of the Golden Globes. When it comes to these awards, you are selling yourself. He talked about how his manager said, you're going to go to the lunch, you're going to talk to certain people, and you're going to talk about the movie, you're going to sell the movie, and that's how it's going to go. And then you know what happened? He won that year. I have to look up the speech. But he talked about how, like, yeah, a lot of it is just networking. This is not to say that, like, oh, Big Hit hasn't tried with BTS or whatever, because I know a lot of BTS fans were mad that, like, Hybe was giving it, like, pushing for Cat's Eye. It's not that they aren't doing it for BTS. It's just, unfortunately, they were nominated in years that very clearly there were other strong contenders. I never thought they were going to win the year that My Universe was nominated. It was not Coldplay's strongest song album in general. Funny enough, I think they were against ABBA that year. ABBA was not going to win either. I don't remember who won that year, but I knew it was not going to go to Coldplay. I know you're about to look it up already. You know what's funny is that I have it on my Instagram, I think. So I feel like lately it's just the battle of who wants who. But that also being said, I'm also on the forefront that, like, I do think BTS deserves a Grammy because they have really blown up in a way that, like, no other boy group has ever blown up. So Unholy One, in case you didn't hear Lilia, could they hear you? No, right? Do you know what's funny? That song's only good when you hear different other people sing it. There's a rock cover of that song that's sung by women. That's so good. These two women, they're really good. And I think it sounds better than, was it Sam Smith? I think it sounds better when they do it and not him. Like, no offense. Unholy One, Best Pop Duo. Who was Album of the Year? Who won Album of the Year? Was it Mary J. Blige? Because that's who I have here. Who won?
2023, it was Taylor Swift, Midnights.
Let's talk about Grammy darlings. You think Bruno Mars is a Grammy darling? I have nothing against Taylor Swift as a person. I don't really like Taylor Swift. I will say, though, the album she came out with this year, if it wins next year, that tells you how, because not even her fans like that album. It's just crazy. I really shouldn't say that. Swifties are evil. They're mean. I think, unfortunately, she does not have a high chance of winning Rosé for APT. I think if this was any other year, it would have been a different story. But I think she is... I can't even say that. Do you know what the issue is? There's too many strong contenders in 2 out of the 3 categories that she's a part of. And then the only other category that I feel like she would have won, there's one other song. I really don't know about the SZA Kendrick Lamar song because I've never heard 30. I don't listen to Kendrick Lamar or SZA that much, so I don't really know where they fit. I know I've heard some people talk about that album and that song, so I'm not really sure how likely it is to win. But I think the unfortunate thing is that she ended up she's going up against probably one of the biggest songs of the summer this year, and it's blowing up to a point where Netflix knows it, to the point where they aren't scared of not making money. Because I was listening to this a second ago on TikTok. We took a little mini break. For those who don't know, today, besides the nominations, they announced Mattel that they're doing pre-orders for the dolls. They're finally releasing dolls. So before, it was just merch on Netflix. Well, that's like merch on Netflix's site, which was shirts, the light sticks, these little mini pillows. Really, the only way to get merch for these girls was to buy it from, like, fans. And dolls have been highly anticipated. Bootleg dolls were made way before this. Netflix has made it very clear they're not scared of not making money this Christmas because they're going to pre-order as hell. And they know that in the next couple of months, this movie is still going to make it big because it's past the summer and it was the biggest Halloween costume. They were able to get that out. It sold out super quick. These girls went on live. They're going to be in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. It's going to be in people's minds for the next couple of months. And that's what is going to get them the best. I feel like it's going to get them the win. Because if that song hadn't existed, I would tell you right now it would go to APT. Nothing would have split it. But I feel like it's going to go to Golden. And it's nothing against Rosé. I do think the unfortunate part when it comes to Blackpink, with all its controversy right now, they very clearly don't want to be a group anymore. It's very obvious. They would rather be solo artists. And this is not me being an army and being like, I hate them, ha ha ha. Because funny enough, I actually own a couple of Blackpink albums. I do like a lot of their group songs. Their solo songs have been hit or miss for me. I think the only one I really liked is Solo by Jennie. I think I liked La Lisa for a bit, or was it Money? I can't remember which one of Lisa's songs. I haven't really liked anything recently because a lot of this that they've been releasing listening to me has not been for me. And I'm not a huge fan. So it's like, it's not going to go, like, I'm not going to, it just hasn't been for me, is what I'm saying. But that being said, these girls need to work better in ending their contract with YG as a group quick, but not look so miserable. Because they look so miserable, they're alienating their group fans. And I think they can sustain themselves with their solo fans, and that's not going to work. I feel like the reason why a lot of other groups thrive better with group and solo is because they don't alienate the fans when they're in a group. So like, for example, Twice. I know Blinks are going to be mad at me using Twice, but I'm going to. When you watch Twice as a group, they are very coordinated. They're having fun. You can see it. And I understand there's a lot of things going on with Blackpink as a group. I'm not going to bring up anything specific, excuses. It's just I'm seeing what I'm seeing. But when you look at Twice, they've been going on for 10 years. They are still very consistent in how they perform. If they have an off day, it's really like once in a while. And you don't see many videos of them slumped over. And because of that, they don't really alienate the group fans. And it transitions well when they do their solo stuff. Because while they're not hitting Blackpink numbers because Blackpink has this money and they have American companies behind them, they are at least hitting the numbers with the group fans and their solo fans. Like Nayeon's Pop was a huge hit. It was so big, and then Chewy's song was really good. Jiho's song was really good. So they know how to work, JYP knows how to really work it when it comes to solo stuff. And I think the issue that I have with Blackpink is what I'm seeing with 21 is that I feel like they also not all of them really know what to do with their solo stuff. CL was able to do it really well. Sandra kind of just left music. She's done music, but she's done more TV stuff. The other one, oh my God, I forget the other one thing. Park Bom tried, and I think Park Bom, because she's had a lot of controversies in her own stuff due to her health and stuff, unfortunately has not been hitting it as she should be, because she's a fantastic songwriter and singer, but that's not here on there. There's the fourth one. I think it's Mitzi. She's tried releasing stuff. It's not been hitting. So it's kind of like we don't want to see, again, as much as I don't like a lot of the fans, as a group, those girls can be really talented, but they're not showing their all. And we don't want this to be another 21 situation where one of them ends up being the big hit and then the other three are kind of left in the dust, and then sometimes they come back for a reunion. Like, is that really what we want as fans? Like, they're trying really hard, but I think they're kind of going overboard, going all over the place. So that being said, if Rosé wins this, good for her. I'm not going to be mad. Okay? It is what it is. I can't control who wins, who loses. I just don't think she has a high chance. I think the fan wars need to calm down, because you getting mad because a one-year rookie group, and this doesn't just go for the blanks, it goes for everybody. It's kind of ridiculous. Hybe is not the villain in the story here. You're getting mad because the Grammys aren't being fair to artists from everywhere. Because you know what? Unfortunately, I do think in a couple of years, maybe after BTS gets a Grammy, they're going to introduce K-pop categories in the same way they have Latin pop categories, so that way they don't have to nominate any more K-pop groups in the big ones. Because when you look at all the Latin pop nominations, besides Bad Bunny, how many of those artists are in the big categories? How many of the R&B? Like, we have these specific categories for a reason, and for pop to separate it like that is kind of ridiculous. So I didn't know this. Oh, I had heard about this. Lily brought this up, so I should mention that. Again, I'm not kidding when I say we need to stop these fan wars. The villain here is the award ceremonies, Because what do you mean that after Beyonce won Best Country Album or whatever it was that she got for that last album, they split country into contemporary and traditional? Like, come on. We know what that's for. We know why they're doing it. And this is what I mean. You want to get mad because certain people got nominated in the big things and might win and be first. Well, let's talk about how the fact that as soon as certain people win the awards, I'm telling you, as soon as I know they've talked about doing like a K-pop Grammy ceremony the same way they do Latin American music, they're going to do it to K-pop. They're going to do a best K-pop album, like how the VMAs did it. Like, you're telling me best contemporary, best traditional? We know what that really means, people. I'm not going to say it out loud. What? And it's just ridiculous. I'm sick of the fan wars. I'm sick of getting on my Twitter and having to blog people who are just saying disgusting, nasty things about each other. Calm down. It's music. I understand being passionate, but there is a limit. So yeah, those are my opinions on the Grammys. To be honest, I they're not as strong as you would think. I just was more interested in the controversy. I don't mind doing this next year. I'm really curious as to who will get nominated next year. Congrats to all the nominees. Good luck to all the nominees. Let's not be angry. Let's stop the fan wars. You know, let's fight the real fight against the awards. I don't know. Listen, I'm the same when it comes to the Oscars and for the Tonys. I get so annoyed. Like, let me tell you, my biggest controversy with the Tony Awards was a couple years back when COVID was happening and we still did a Tony Awards because the season had started and abruptly ended. And for some reason, Best Leading Male in a Musical had one nominee. And it was Aaron Tveit in Moulin Rouge. There was two options. It was between him and the guy who did Percy Jackson, the Percy Jackson Lightning Thief musical, and they didn't bother nominating him. So it basically was Aaron Tveit was either going to win or not. And we all knew who he was going to win. That was literally it. On the boat. Like, I'm not joking, people. Like, these awards are like the worst. I get why we have them. I'm not saying we should end them. I think more people need to realize that they're not ever going to be fair. They've never been fair. On the ballot for that year's Tonys, the printable ballots that you do for fans, it literally said Best Leading Actor in a Musical. Aaron Tveit wins it. Aaron Tveit loses. And they aired it on television instead of, like, because they had to, because it was one of the big categories. So you see him there and they go, Aaron Tveit, Moulin Rouge. And then you're kind of just sitting there and you're like, a part of me was like, it's going to be really fucked up if they open that envelope and it says he didn't win. They had to give it to him. By the way, this is not me saying that Aaron Tveit didn't deserve it. I saw him play that role of Christian in Moulin Rouge, and he was great. He was fantastic. But wow, what a fucking messed up thing to do. Just nominate Chris. The guy's name was Chris. I can't remember how to pronounce his last name. Just could have nominated Chris. He deserved it. By the way, that was the first year I had actually seen a full category of potential nominees. Because I had seen both the Lightning thing and I think I saw Moulin Rouge afterwards. But holy shit. Fucked up. You know, I'm telling you, it's just not. I don't know. I just want everyone to know I am not the enemy here. I'm not. Don't get mad at me. I don't want to see. If you start flaming this in the comments, which I doubt it, but if we eventually get comments that are like, blah, 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 we're deleting them. Because I have no patience for this shit. I don't care. I don't want to see those in my comments section. It's not something to be against. It's my opinion. It's my opinion. Okay, so I don't think I have really much of anything else to say because I kind of made my peace. I'm just really tired of the fan wars. It's really just the main toxic fans. I think we need to really just kumbaya, hold each other's hands and be like, we are not the enemies. Kumbaya, my lord. But again, it's not a big deal for me. I know my boys will eventually get their award at some point. I know that Twice may never get an award, but it's not the end-all be-all because they have other awards that they could win, and it's whatever. I just think it's kind of ridiculous that it's very clear that the Grammys are trying to make it so that they can give awards to certain people and then build categories so that they don't have to nominate certain people. And it's ridiculous. In Beyonce's America, I know I'm big on Beyonce. I don't care. I didn't listen to that album, but I did think it was ridiculous that she's barely won any of the awards she's been nominated for. It is kind of crazy. Ridiculous. So that's kind of my piece on it. I don't know. What are your guys' opinion? If we do end up getting... So the reason I'm saying this is because this is a very early episode for us. This is our second episode. If you have opinions, let's be tamed in the comments. If you decide to leave a comment. What is your opinion? Give me your predictions for categories I didn't mention and why. Or categories I did. Again, keep the comments tamed because it's not that serious. It's all for fun. I'm not a Tony voter. I'm not a Grammy voter. I wish I was a Tony voter. That would have been so much fun. So my song for the episode, because I still haven't figured out if I'm just doing only songs. Let's see. I want to pick a nominated song. I did Sabrina Carpenter for our first one. I already done Keep Up Demon Hunters. What to pick? I kind of want to choose something that I might not choose in a different episode. And I feel like there are certain ones like, you know what? Let's do The Subway by Chaperone. I do love Chaperone. All right, guys. Well, hopefully this wasn't a crazy episode for us. So we're going to go because I'm tired. So, yeah. See you guys in the next one. Bye. All right, guys, that's it for this entry. Make sure to follow us on all of our social media accounts. On Twitter, you can find us at FG Diaries Pod. On Tumblr, TikTok, and Instagram, you'll find us at FG Diaries Podcast. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and hope you all have a wonderful fangirly day.